if anyone looks under here and they want to see what's going on or see what I did, that is their own fault. Alright guys, just made my way down to the garage. A little snowy out there. I just brought the valve covers down for the engine, and I lost some bolts out here. You can see about lost it myself there. A little slick coming down here. But here we are, let's get to it. Alright, update from when we left off. We got this drum all built. Tom got that put together for me. I got the drums painted, sandblasted and painted here. They matched the rest of the truck. Super mint. Then we got wheel spacers in just to space out. The tire was a little close to the leaf spring, so we had to space that out. Flywheel bolt or flex plate bolts. Got a new one of these guys. Yep, that's good. Cool. All right. Here we have the engine that's going in the Ranger. This is the 302 out of my Pap's 1988 Fox body Mustang, which is parked right up there above me. This has less than 3,000 miles on it. He had that car since new, and it was a race car since day one. We got the AFR 185 heads on here, Illuminati camshaft, which I'll go ahead and post a screenshot of the specs right here, right now, so you can check that out. But yeah, we'll look over the engine, see where we're at. Got valves, valve springs, rockers, all that. There's a good shot of the one, or the AFR airflow research heads. I need to clean up the rear sump pan for it, and I need to get the front timing chain cover on it. We are using the Explorer style front timing cover. Don't know what this is, but it's in the way. And I was looking around at some pictures and nobody else has that, so I'm just gonna get that out of here. You can see in the background the 8.8 swap is done. We got both tires on the ground. We got the right lug nuts in there. The only thing that needs to happen, I guess it's not totally done yet, the only thing that needs to happen is brake lines from the hose that goes on like to the center of the housing there. The brake lines that go to the drums, need to do them up. Maybe that's what I get into tonight, just to wrap that up and be done. But yeah, 8.8 swap's pretty much done. Brakes are together and they're ready to be drum brakes. So I mentioned to get onto the engine and do the fun stuff. See it in the truck. This engine stand looks tired. The engine will come off soon enough. Here's our Edelbrock intake that I used on my 302 swap Chevy Vega. It's just what we had laying around. Tom had this for his Model A build. That is on hold, so I have robbed a lot of parts from that for my own projects. So luckily Tom's cool with that. He wants to see it get done. So we'll be using like the front drive assembly off the engine. It's a Ford Explorer style one, so that's Ford Explorer is basically a Ranger without the bed. It's just an SUV Ranger. So they came with V8s in them. You use the front drive assembly off of the Ford Explorer in the Rangers, and that's how you make everything fit. Piece I'm most excited about here is the torque converter. This is from Hayes, and it's a 3/4 race converter. So 3/4 race sounds like a good deal to me. Then we got our SFI rated flex plate. Here is the C4. This has to come back apart. Hopefully we're doing that tomorrow. So if I can make some progress on the engine there tonight, make progress on that tomorrow. Hopefully we can get that torque converter in there, fill it up, mate them together, engine, trans go together. It goes in there. And I think that's gonna look pretty mean with some weight in the front end of it. I hope we can do that tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday. I gotta go to work then on Monday. We'll see how long I stay. All right, this is where I'm at right now. I'm looking for bolts. I got my bolt buckets over there, my bolt boxes. I want to get this timing chain cover on. I got an assortment of bolts there. I got a couple. They're that length. And that, I don't trust that. I believe that'd be the same length there. And I don't trust that length. I think that's too long. And then I have one down here that you can see we get a couple threads of engagement there. I think that's good enough. I think that'd be good. But I can only find one bolt in this length. Here's this guy. That's the only other thing I can find that might work. And it's way too long. So we're going to see what magic we can make happen with what we got. Because I'm snowed in anyway. Might as well hang out down here and try to make some progress. And I would like to get this on. I'd like to get that on. Maybe even get some valve covers on. I don't have gaskets for them, I don't think. And I got different valve covers I want to put on anyway. So, yeah. Gonna see what we can do. All right, we got 4 of these bolts here. 1, 2, 3, 4, all at the same length. I got a nut on there to locate where I want to cut. I got it trapped on the hex on the bolt head and the nut so it shouldn't spin. And when I wind the nut off, it'll clean up the threads there. So I got my buddy Shane's toy here. Shane's glasses on, as you can see. So we'll see what we can make happen. Alright, something happened to my video there, guys, but I got the first one cut. So I decided to cut over here instead of over there because I wanted the sparks to shoot that way where I can keep an eye on them and not behind me where there's papers and stuff back there that I have caught on fire before. So, but there's the first one. I wound the nut off. Not bad. Maybe I'll take it over to the grinder and clean up the end there. But I'll get the other ones done first. Number 2. Hold on a second. That's that. Yep, number 3 there. There we go. All right, here's number 4. Yeah, I should probably touch that up a little bit. So, I guess I'll wind that down on there and go over to the sander. Should do it. Right off. Cool. Right there. All right, I got 4 of these guys now. Unfortunately, the air compressor line or the pneumatic plumbing, whatever you want to call it, you can probably hear that leak in the background, so I'm going to turn this off for now, and hopefully that stops here shortly. Tried to muffle this a little bit. I put a whole bunch of tape on it. This is where it's leaking, so if you ever hear that in the background of the video, sorry. I kind of just gotten used to it over the years. We've attempted to fix it the right way. It just doesn't want to. I don't know what's going on, but so it should be at least muffled for now. Should be bearable. Still got Shane's glasses on my head. Remember, always wear Shane's glasses when you're cutting stuff. Always use Shane's tools when you can too. That's why I do, at least. Better yet, make Shane do it. So, let's see how this goes. wind this tap down, add some extra threads. See if we can do that. Alright, I think I did it. Get this wound the rest of the way off and we'll check it out. And we'll repeat the step that we did previously to shorten it up. Oh yeah. Ouch. Thinking I'm gonna call that good. It's about 2 to 3 threads, not as deep, but am I gonna use those threads? I don't think so. It's really hot. So, not real worried about putting gasket goo on the gasket. I mean, that's what a gasket's supposed to do. It's supposed to seal it up. So I'm not real worried about gooping it up with the black gasket maker. And I have a feeling that this water pump's old enough that seals are dried out, and within it, this engine coming up to temperature, I bet this is gonna be blowing coolant all over the driveway through the weep hole or whatever it's called. So, unfortunately, that's my guess. There we go. That one. Alright. This one feels okay. It's getting tight. This one I don't know about. This one, we'll see. That doesn't come up right. There's that one. The only one I don't like is this guy right here. I don't know what to do with it, but I'll take it in my hand and see what happens. Got tight. Port. 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 Alright. Now, I'm going to use my phone, which is recording, and look up the torque specs for these. They might be over tightened already, they might be torqued already. I may or may not torque them. I don't record it anyway, so that's up to you whether you think that I torqued them or I didn't torque them. Believe whatever you want. Doesn't matter. This will probably leak anyway. I think the seals are dried out inside of it. Alright, as you saw, I got the front timing chain cover on, and I got the water pump on that. And now I believe I'm going to work on the oil pan. I'm going to see if I can flip this thing, spin it by myself, or I might be installing the oil pan upside down. But that's the next step here. Maybe I'll throw valve covers on just because. But you'll guys see in a moment. Well guys, you can see here, I got the valve covers held down by like 2 or 3 bolts each. These are the Ilium valve covers. I just put them on there to protect the valve train, keep it cleaner. I need to do the valve gaskets anyway. I have nicer valve covers on the 71-302 that is upstairs next to the Fox body right now. I had the intake laid on there. You can see I had a little bit of a electrical fire problem right above there, a short, whatever. This was on the 71-302. That's out of a 71 Torino that I got when I got my 61 Falcon. It was swapped into that. And then I swapped the 302 from the Falcon with this intake manifold on it into my 71 Vega. And then I sold the Vega and I got Leonard, this guy here. So I'm going to see if I can flip this over and put the oil pan on now. We will find out. I went to spin this over by myself here, and I don't know if you can see it in the video, but there's kind of an indent where that bolt's been sitting for I don't know how long. And I think the round stock here, the tube, the pipe, whatever it is, it might be a little out of round, and I don't think I'm going to get this to spin. So I'm going to just install the oil pan upside down here as it sits, because I don't want to throw the engine on the ground. I don't want to roll it on top of me. We're snowed in right now, so no hospital trips. So that's where we're at. Kind of hitting a wall right now. Not sure if I should continue tonight or what I should do. I'll show you guys what I got going on. So there's the oil pan washer type deal. Somewhere on this property, there's probably hundreds of Ford 302 oil pan bolts. I can't find any. It seems to be a common occurrence here with this build. I'm always running around looking for bolts, but a little quarter 20 bolt, you know, that guy, take the washer off, might do it. It's a lock washer. I have to get through this, and I got to get it up in the block yet, and through a gasket. So this might actually be too short anyway. Found these. I don't know if I have the strength to do that to however many quarter 20 bolts I have there that aren't these little guys. So yeah, not sure what to do there. I mean, it's probably coming up on what, 10 o'clock tonight, so it'll be worth it for me to just go to bed, wake up, and go to the hardware store. Yeah, probably. I really want to see the engine and trans in it tomorrow. Don't know if that's going to happen. The transmission still's got to come apart and hopefully go back together, and then as soon as we do that, we'll just put that to the engine with a torque converter, throw it in the truck, and then I'll leave. I'm hoping that's where we get to. But I'm going to sit down here and do the calculations, run the math, see if it's worth it for me to try to get anything done from here. Here's what I decided to do. As you can see, I got brake lines up in there that go to the drums. They need tightened up yet, and I need to get them to that block up there, that union. I ended up finding another one of these guys that I broke on the 7.5 inch rear. I found one of those in the back of the truck, of course, and it was off the 8.8 originally, and I could have just used that and saved myself some trouble. Oh well, I got a new one on there. Whatever. But the only problem now is with the rear end being a little bit narrower, these brake lines are a little too long. I got the fittings on there. They're already flared. I know they work. I don't feel like cutting them and reflaring them, so I'm probably going to do some Haggard-ish here and just make them work. Then I think I am going to call it. Today I didn't get as much done as I wanted to. I'm going to try to cram it all in tomorrow. Whatever. So I'm going to finish this up, go to bed, and get back at it tomorrow. And there it is, all hooked up. You can see right up there. Got them hooked up to that connection, that union block, whatever you want to call it. I started to pull on those and try to make them look nicer, and I grabbed them and I was like, what the hell are you doing? If anyone looks under here and they want to see what's going on or see what I did, that is their own fault. I do not need to make it prettier. If I need to pull the rear diff cover off, I'll worry about it then. But as far as I know right now, this is going to work. So why would I screw with it? So that's what we got.